James Lundis, James the Wine Guy. 3 wines to be reviewed from Lodi. Stay tuned for this review. So we have 3 wines ahead. We have Alicante Bouschet Petite Sirah, as well as a wine grape called Symphony. It was a wine tasting from Lodi, online wine tasting, and it was featuring 4 wines, and I won't do the 4th wine on this video review because it's going to have its own. It's from the producer Acquiesce. It is a Viognier. The reason I want to do that is I've really featured, I really like Acquiesce, not that I don't like these producers or these wines, it's just that I really want to highlight these differently because the framing on this tasting was out of the box. And I don't think Viognier for me is out of the box. But what we have before us are a little more unusual, which I think is kind of fun to talk about and also to feature in this video and framing it in this content style. Ahead is Alicante Bouschet. We have this Petite Sirah. We have this wine, it's called the Symphony wine grape. I'll tell you more about that in a minute. We're going to start with the Alicante Bouschet first because it is the lighter style compared to the Petite Sirah, of course. And this is more of a dessert wine, though it's a very, very mild sweetness to this wine. So here we go, Alicante Bouschet. Now, tasting this wine, I thought, it's very much, for me, a Gamay Noir-esque kind of wine. Very nicely done. And, I've had some, I would say, not the most positive feelings about Alicante Bouschet, I'll be honest with you. So during Prohibition, you were creating or growing wine grapes because you could do so for familial reasons. Now you ship them east or here in San Francisco, and so you would often, or producers would often grow Alicante Bouschet because it could really do a lot of yield per acre. And back then it was all about the sell of the wine grape by the pound, and it was really trying to sell as much as possible, make as much money as possible. And then when you think of this wine variety, I think it received somewhat of a black eye, so to speak. And that was really unfortunate because, it's a really pleasant wine. It's a really nice wine, a very fantastic wine for the fall time. This wine is perfectly handsome. So M2, really nice. I like the brown coloration, brown foil coloration to the label. 2013 vintage, Alicante Bouschet, Lodi from the vineyard site called Saint Genis. And back label for your inspection here. Low ABV of about, I believe, 13.7%. Now, Alicante Bouschet is a cross between Petite Bouschet and Grenache. And definitely know what Grenache tastes like. I'm not really sure what Petite Bouschet tastes like. Often, when wine grapes are created, say these are 2 vis vinifera grapes, it doesn't always taste like each of the parent grapes, and it's not meant to be. But it's really nicely done in terms of its characteristic quality. So in this, the scent characterization, flavor profile, and the point score. So in this one, I'm getting notes of boysenberry, cassis, pomegranate, fresh spices, and hints of herb garden. Next is the flavor characterization and then the point score. This wine is giving notes of strawberry, pomegranate, pepper, hint of crushed red candy. This wine is a 9.1 out of a 10.0 scale. Think of that as 91 points out of 100 points. The price point on this wine is $26. I'll put more information on the producer and all the producers down below as well. So the next wine is this Petite Sirah. So this Petite Sirah here is, it's a really nicely done Petite Sirah. And, I would say that Petite Sirah is not a wine that I often taste, actually, believe it or not. Yes, I've gone to the PS I Love You tastings and tasted quite a number wherever I travel. And it's one that I don't automatically go to because I think oftentimes people will go to the Petite Sirah and drink only that. And it is captivating. I think it's captivating for many reasons. It's captivating because I think people are seeking that flavor locking characteristic that comes from high ABV. This is 15.5%, so much higher ABV content than you might expect. So for this tasting, it is out of the box. I just don't taste a lot of Petite Sirah. So for scent characterization, flavor profile, and the point score. So in this really distinct notes of boysenberry, a bit of game, black cherry confit, sweet spices, and autumnal stone fruit orchard. Next, the flavor characterization, then the point score. So flavor characterization on this wine includes black cherry, boysenberry, bay leaf, hint of hoisin, pepper, and allspice. This wine is a 9.0 out of my 10.0 scale. I think that is 90 points out of 100 points. And next, the Symphony wine. So what we have before us is Michael David. This is a Lodi Symphony wine. Symphony is a great variety. Now it's a 2014 vintage. This wine is a created wine variety crossing 2 different varieties such as two Vitis vinifera varieties, that is, Muscat of Alexandria, as well as Grenache Gris. And it's very rich to amino acids, but not too intensely spicy or overly perfumey, or even perfumey at all. It wouldn't be the way I would describe this wine. Dr. Olmo produced a good number of successful varieties, up to 30 varieties, but probably the most well-known and the most commercially successful are the Symphony grape, as well as the Ruby Cabernet and Emerald Riesling. And for me, I enjoy this one because it's not going to be cloyingly sweet. It's going to be really gentle, and at 4%, it's really a decision by the winemaker, Michael David, to dial that down just a bit. And I think it's really getting that right combination to enjoy this wine with a variety of things after dinner. After you've had these wines, you can enjoy this with cheese, cheese course, sponge cake, pound cake, a lot of different characterization on this, and to enjoy it on its own as well. It's really nicely done. Here we go first with the scent characterization, flavor profile, and the point score. So in this characterization, I'm getting notes of wildflower honey, cloves, dried fig, apricot, and flowers. Next, the flavor characterization, then the point score. Very light on the palate, but nicely done. So this is giving notes of honey, pear, hint of apricot, candied lime. This is an 8.9 out of my 10.0 scale. Think of that as 89 points out of 100 points. More information on each, again, each of these producers will be listed down below. Questions and comments, I'd like to hear what you think. And if you've had any of these wine varieties, I'm sure you've had a Petite Sirah, but I'd like to know if you've had the Alicante Bouschet and the Symphony wine grape. Thank you for watching today. So, more wines to come from all points on the planet, all varieties, of course. And so it's just been a great journey this year. 2015 has been amazing. And so there's still more to come in this year and ahead. So thank you again for watching. Let's stay connected. I'm on a variety of social media such as Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Pinterest, LinkedIn, as well as Instagram and WordPress. And please feel free to leave your questions there. Give a like to this video, share this video, subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so already. Thank you again for watching today. Stay tuned for more. Salut!